What's up, Fight Fam? What's going on out there, man? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan here. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. Want to slide through real quick, man. Talk about the heavyweight Joe Joyce, who has recently fought. He just defeated the dude. What is his name? Wallish. Just defeated that guy and got it done. Got him out of there. Stopped him. You know, Joe Joyce still going forward, heading forward towards that Daniel Dubois fight. Triple D is what they call him. Looking forward to that situation. Thumbs up is your pull up, fam. Thumbs up is your pull up. Yeah, man. Looking forward to this situation. So, let's chop it up, man. Let's talk about this, man. Let's see what y'all think about Joe Joyce. Now, this is as a request of a subscriber. And as I always tell the subscribers of the channel, if you put in a request in the comment section, you want the homie to speak on it, it's all good. I'm going to do it. This is your channel. You know what I'm saying? So when you put the request in, I got no choice but to oblige. So y'all want to hear about Joe Joyce. Now, the first thing that come to mind when we speak on Joe Joyce is one word, and that is SLOW. Slow. You know what I'm saying? Slow. What's up, Cuzzo? This week, 100. This week. Zeno, what's up, family? What's up with you, man? The number one word that comes to mind of speaking of Joe Joyce is slow. Looking at his recent performance where he came in at 270 pounds. Slow down even more. The fight prior to that, slow. The Bermain Stavern fight, slow. But the one thing that I'm noticing about Joyce is that that's just who he is. You can go all the way back to the 2016 Olympics, where some believe that he got robbed in the championship against Tony Yoka. Slow. And he was much lighter then. He was in the 230s during that time. But that was back in 2016. Always been slow. The point that I'm getting to is that the man is who the man is, in my opinion. Joe Joyce has been through numerous trainers at this point. Remember, he started with Salas. Then he went over there to Abel Sanchez for about 3-4 fights. Then he left Abel Sanchez and he went over to Adam Booth for a couple fights. And now he's going back to Salas, from what I understand, once the travel restrictions are lifted. So a lot of different teachers tried to give something different to Joe Joyce. When you think about when he was with Abel Sanchez, Gennady Golovkin's former coach, look how Gennady Golovkin fights. And you look at what Joe Joyce does. Why did he go to Sanchez? That what Joe Joyce clearly needs is more fluidity, as some people may think. Some people may think that he needs more hand speed and better defense. Well, it's Abel Sanchez. Was that the guy to teach him those skills? Let me know that, fam. Zeno said he closed his eyes while covering up multiple times. He is a sucker for the 1-2 combo and the overhand right. We're going to definitely get to that. But why would you go to Abel Sanchez? Silas is a guy who specializes in teaching his fighters about movement, about fluidity, yet you leave that and you go to Sanchez, who was more based upon your power. And then you leave Sanchez and you go to Adam Booth, who is the teacher for Anthony Joshua. And what I think he brings to the table is the ability to show a big man how to put together combinations. That's one of the things that Anthony Joshua does so well. He pawns you with that jab, and once he gets close enough, he'll hit you with a 3-piece combination. Him and Adam Booth have worked that chemistry well. Well, don't see that really playing out much with Joe Joyce either. So Joe Joyce is now going back home to his former trainer. Now, my thing is, so he's been through numerous of teachers. I don't know if they've been the right teachers, but they have yet to been able to do anything about Joe Joyce's defense, about Joe Joyce's hand speed, about his footwork, his foot movement, and things like that. It is what it is, and he is who he is. Now, we always say this about, say, Deontay Wilder, like Bomb Squad, where we got to a point with Bomb Squad where we realized that that right hand is what that right hand is. Some say he overly depends on that right hand. Well, I believe that Bomb Squad, where he's at in his career, ain't much changing. You know what I mean? He is who he is. You can try to add some things on and maybe try to get him to do things a bit different. But at this point, it just ain't no changing. You could try to add on that jab. You want him to become more patient. Those are the things that you just basically taking what he already has and just try to make that better. So the question is, should Joe Joyce do something very similar to that? So he take what he already has, which, yeah, he's slow, but he is very, very, very strong. And he does got a damn good chin because he can take some punches. And his stamina has been pretty okay for the most part, I think, for a man of his size. So should he take those things and just make them better? You did what I mean? He's supposed to be facing Daniel Dubois on October 24th. Now, let's talk about Daniel Dubois real quick. Daniel Dubois is a much more fluid fighter. He's very similar to an Anthony Joshua. He'll paw you, he'll jab you, he'll jab you, but he wants to throw a three-piece combination in it. And the major difference between Joe Joyce and Daniel Dubois, Joe Joyce fights comfortably at close quarters, where when Joe Joyce hits you with that 1-2 and he gets in close, he wants to stay there and bang you up with a bunch of little mini punches. As for Daniel Dubois, he'll hit you with that 1-2 and then still want to keep the extension. And he want to step back and put more combinations on you. So there's a major difference in styles right here. The one thing that Daniel Dubois has over Joe Joyce is hand speed, the ability to put them combinations together, and I believe much better footwork. But once again, when I look at Joe Joyce, I say, yeah, he has power. Yeah, he's slow. But, and hear me, fight fans, there's something about Joe Joyce where I can't put my finger on it. He's not the most skilled. He's strong and look kind of basic, but he keeps winning, and he's an Olympian. It's something about Joe Joyce has that thing where you can't describe it, where he keeps winning. Like when you can count him out and you can look at styles and say, well, this guy has more going for him than he does. But Joe Joyce just has that thing where he keeps winning. And I don't know if you can teach that thing. You know what I mean? Where he shouldn't be winning and he looks straight up and down with no special effects, but he's winning. That thing. You know what I'm saying? I just think he got it. Daniel Dubois utilizes angles unlike Joe Joyce, says Zeno. All day. Word of the day. What's up, family? Joe Joyce looks durable, but not mobile and highly skilled. Maybe he can learn like Lennox Lewis. Yeah, man. Hey, an Emmanuel Stewart type cat, man, for Joe Joyce, perfect. You know what I'm saying? Perfect. But at the end of the day, my thing is, this is an interesting clash of styles. I think it's going to be a straight up 50-50 fight. Now, Joe Joyce, to me, I don't think gets better. I don't think, and I honestly think Joe Joyce in his head says, you know what? Why am I doing all of this? He put this extra weight on. This is the biggest we've ever seen him. My thing is, I think he just wants to embrace his power. He wants to just say, you know what? I am what I am. I'm just going to take this and just hone this and just worry about making this skill set that I have, worry about making that good. Not trying to go out here, learn anything new, I got to learn how to cut the ring off better. Oh, my footwork got to be better. I better start doing more of this and more of that. The man is in his 30s, fight fans. He ain't no spring chicken. So what he is what he is. My question is, the one attribute that I give to Joe Joyce is his chin. Because in the Wellish fight, he was eating right hands all night. In them first couple rounds, it was right hand central. His promoter, David Hay, is looking at him like, bro, you got hit way too much. But he has a chin. And that was a big man. The point I'm making is, does Daniel Dubois have that same chin? Because I believe in a fight between these two, the chin is going to be very important. There's going to be a lot of fireworks in this fight. I believe it's going to happen at close quarters for the most part. I think most men are going to be up on top of each other, wrestling, inside shots, a lot of hard shots on the inside, and it's going to come down to durability. And there's going to be one right hand given by one or the other that's going to lay one or the other out. So the question is, does Daniel Dubois, can he take it? Can he take it, fight fans? Can he take it? I doubt he can learn. He is like 32, says Zeno. Exactly. Don't think he can learn this late in the game, fam. Don't think he can learn this late in the game. But the thing is that what Joe Joyce also does was good enough to get him to the silver medal. And like I said, some people believe that he should have got the gold. Whatever he does was good enough to get him through some of the best boxers in the world. So that's that thing that Deontay Wilder has that thing. People say, well, man, Deontay Wilder has no skills, but yet he's a bronze medalist in the Olympics because he has that thing. That thing, that equalizer, the thing that can just, you make him do all of these things better than me. But given that I do this one thing so great, where it equals all of that stuff that you do, that's what Joe Joyce got. And that's that sneaky punch. That sneaky punch, that any portion of that fight, that it can happen. I'm gonna be 100 with y'all fight fans. You may not agree. I love Triple D. I love Triple D, and I think what he poses, he brings a lot of risk to Joe Joyce. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But I'm gonna be 100 with y'all, and y'all may seem crazy. I'm slightly leaning towards Joyce, and I know. It's just I see something, bro. I'm small. If I was going towards Triple D, but I'm slightly leaning towards Joyce. The poise. He never buckles under the pressure. I mean, him and Daniel Dubois are real similar too, man. They both kind of humble, poised guys in the ring. They don't overreact in the ring and things like that. But I don't know, bro. It's something. Joe Joyce has that George Foreman-esque thing, and I think he's going to beat the young boy. I think he's going to beat the young boy. In my opinion, I'm leaning towards him. Joe Joyce makes Deontay Wilder look like Pernell Whitaker. Yeah, man, straight up and down, slow, mummy. But it's like David Benavidez. I just was reading an article about David Benavidez recently. Same thing. David Benavidez ain't the most skilled dude in the world. You look at David Benavidez's fights. Big plotter, big slow plotter. But he keeps on winning. He becomes the youngest, what is it? Mexican champion, Puerto Rico, whatever. Youngest champion, one of the youngest champions in history, or the youngest champion right now, or something like that. It was something like that. But the fact I'm trying to make is he keeps winning. When you look at a David Benavidez, you don't see a most great skill fighter, but he has that thing. He has that thing that no matter, he's never really out of a fight. And yeah, Caleb Plant may look tremendously much more skilled than David Benavidez. I mean, Caleb Plant, fast hands, fast feet, right? Angles, right? Boxing IQ, everything. You would think that he is leap years above David Benavidez when you see them fight. But yet David Benavidez is a champion. You feel me? It's that thing. Some fighters just have that thing. Even some maybe thought Gennady Golovkin had it. He was straight up and down, no special effect. He didn't do anything off the rails. He just did enough to always counter his opponent and beat him. And that's what Joe Joyce has. I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm telling y'all, man. Now, I'm honestly looking at Joe Joyce fight. I'm glad that, because at once upon a time, Joe Joyce had came over to America, and he was talking about maybe even facing Luis Ortiz. I'm actually glad that fight didn't happen, because that would have been the most boringest fight known to man. I just think that wouldn't have. You got a counter puncher versus a guy who fights slow. Man, that would have been a snooze fest. So, it is what it is. But I'm telling you, UK brethren, I'm leaning towards Joe Joyce. 55-45. You know what I mean? Somewhere up in there. I'm leaning towards Joe Joyce. Monty, my brother is back in the building. What's up, homie? What's going on, Monty? I hope it all is well, family. If you need anything, my G, you can hit me up, my G. Anything. I don't give a damn what it is. Salute to you, family. Welcome back, bro. Welcome back. And it's almost like you never left, family. You already know. Smooth Will says, I disagree. He will be another Michael Grant once he really gets tested. Oh, okay. All right. Well, we'll see, bro. I mean, I just think he got that special thing, bro. I just think that there's something about Joyce. He ain't the strongest. He ain't the most muscle bound. There's always that one guy that just has that thing. And who knows? Maybe this is Daniel Dubois' time, and he will get past Joe Joyce. I mean, I'm leaning towards Joyce, but in the grand scheme of things, it's technically a 50-50 fight. You know what I mean? It's going to be a 50-50 fight. His age will catch up with him too late in the boxing game, says Smooth Will. Maybe so. Maybe he got it too much of a late start. Maybe so. You know what? As a matter of fact, I got some quotes right here from David Haye. Hold on, let me see this real quick. I want to read what David Haye had to say about his guy. Because, David Haye co-promotes Joe Joyce. So it says that David Haye, he didn't like the extra weight first and foremost from the last fight. Joe Joyce came in there weighing 270 pounds. We know COVID's going on. He says he's not working out nearly as well as he once was. Even Daniel Dubois pointed out that, you're looking a little chubby around the midsection. You know what I mean? But COVID-19 going down, man. We already know what it is. So, David Haye did not like the fact that he came in and is so big. Now, as far as him being hit too much, according to David Haye, and I quote, I was worried about the flip at the end. He got the work done, and he beat the guy up like he was a bongo. But I was unhappy with the amount of clean punches that he was taking. Joe Joyce was taking a lot of punches, but that's one of the things I be saying about Joyce. You look at Joyce's last couple fights. He been eating punches. That's just who Joe Joyce is. Why are we pretending that Joe Joyce is some other kind of fighter? He's been getting hit. He's been slow, but he's also been winning, and he also is an Olympian. He is who he is. All right, Dave, let's keep on going. David Hayes says that he took 5 or 6 big concussive hooks that he could have avoided. I know he's got very good reflexes. He didn't really show it tonight. I wouldn't want him to go into the fight with Dubois with the same mindset that he had here tonight. End quote. Now, I wouldn't. I can honestly sit here and say I wouldn't expect for him to fight that way against Daniel Dubois. But then again, I take that back because, like I just tell y'all, this is who we've always seen. I'm expecting the version of Joe Joyce that I've seen in this last 2, 3, 4 fights to show up against Daniel Dubois. We can hype it. Oh, he's going to get better. Oh, his hand speed is going to get better. We can hype it. Oh, I see things. Oh, he's been working with this trainer. Oh, we can do all that spin. You're going to get the same exact Joe Joyce that you have been getting. You dig? I just think it is. You know what I mean? It's just like my main man, Jared Swift Hurd. Jared Hurd, he goes to a new trainer. He gets into a fight, right? He tried to box the guy for the first couple rounds. It wasn't working. And what happens? Jared Hurd goes back to what Jared Hurd knows because that's just who he is. Yeah, it looks ugly. Yeah, it looks sloppy. Yeah, it's risky. Yeah, he can risk his health. But at the end of the day, it's all he knows. It's who he is. You know what I mean? I know, man. I don't know. And to swap it up in such a big fight, Daniel Dubois, I don't know, bro. It's just not worth it. So according to David Hayes, says you normally use these fights before the big ones as a dress rehearsal. He came in here heavier than I'd like him to have been, and he just marched him down. That's basically what he did to this Wellish guy. He walked him down. He was able to walk through the punches. He was able to outpunch him. Wellish wasn't really much of an opponent to begin with. The dude has been stopped in 3 of his last 4 fights, so he's been stopped by everybody. Even the guy that he lost to in the Olympics, Tony Yoka, stopped him. So at the end of the day, it wasn't much to say about this guy. But to use it and say, well, oh, Joe Joyce, who's been sitting on his ass for the last few months, oh, his defense it didn't get tighter, it didn't get better. You should have expected that. You know what I mean? You should have expected that. Now, should Joe Joyce in his off time have been maybe working on things, staying in better shape, maybe trying to, work on little things? Sure, absolutely, 100%. That's what any fighter should have been doing at this time. But, that's not here nor there. At the end of the day, he is who he is. It says, that's good. And he goes on and says, that's good and well against this level of opponent. But at the world's level, when someone can take you out with one shot, a la Deontay Wilder, you've got to have your head moving. You've got to show some feints. You've got to set something up. Damn, end quote. He's right. He's right. That's the thing about Joe Joyce. No setting up. Ain't no fainting, ain't no, ain't none of that shit with Joe Joyce. It's straight up and down, plodding, slow hand speed. But if he land them shots, it's a different fight. It's David Benavidez. It's Gennady Golovkin. It's something we can't understand. Alec Cartier in the building. What's up, family? DGO in the building. What's up, homie? DGO. What happened to the blue suit, homie? Oh, low, ho. No. That's my main man, DGO. You should have had it. I don't know if it came off or what happened, fam. But yeah, you got that right back. Alec Cartier, feinting is such a good skill. All day. DGO says big props for the UK for producing world-class heavyweights left and right. There you go. Man, we'll wait to see that, bro. Those world-class heavyweights that you claim that are world-class, okay, just remember that they're fighting for the British title over there, okay? When him and Daniel Dubois clash, they're clashing for the British title. Now, we'll see who emerges from that and can make it on up to the worldwide level. DGO, my main man. You know what I mean? He always give me shit. You know what I mean? But much love to you, man. Alec Cartier, every champ faints. Every champ should faint. It's just another skill. Get them hands to drop. You know what it is. But Joe Joyce ain't doing none of that shit. Ain't doing it. No matter which coach is in his corner, whether it's Abel Sanchez, whether it's Ismail Salas, whether it's Adam Booth, whoever it is, Joe Joyce ain't doing that, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? He's slow. His hand speed ain't getting no better. You come in at 270 pounds. That's he's gonna be even slower, maybe stronger, but slower. And he was just painfully slow in this fight, fam. According to David Hay, and I quote, he used his legs. He's got great movement. He's a great athlete, as I said. He can do flips. Let's see some of this stuff. So hopefully when he goes back into the gym, he can review the fight and realize that the shots that he got hit with are shots that he should not be getting hit with. Then he can get some confidence into this big Du Bois clash. Now, I will agree with David Hay. Now, if there's anything that Daniel Dubois should be adding on at this stage in the game, if there is anything that I would suggest that he add on, it's definitely going to be the head movement. All right, him being the size that he is, I can't say, his foot movement is going to get better like that. His hand speed, him being so big and awkward, the way he likes to fight, I can't say that that's going to get better like that. But one thing that I will suggest that he get better with, and that's that head movement, at least a little bit. I mean, give us something, bro. You can't just stand there straight up and down. Sometimes chin wide up in the air. You can't be like that, bro. That's one thing about Daniel Dubois. He knows how to catch them shots on the side of his head. Something that Joe Joyce just doesn't care about. He just don't. It's like he doesn't even pay no attention to that side of boxing. It's like, I know I got to do these things, but I ain't doing it. I'm going to be this guy plotting right in front of you, coming forward, trying to get in close with that jab, cut that big right hand off, and when he's in there, he's throwing all of these punches. He's done it fight after fight after fight, fam. After fight. According to David Hay is giving Joe Joyce the business. No, he doesn't look like the same fighter. I don't think he looked like the same. I think he looked like the same fighter because he wasn't moving like he normally does. End quote. Well, he was 270 pounds. 270 pounds, Dave. Why ain't you been on the phone with him, David? Like, get your big ass up, bro. We going to the gym today. I'll go with you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, bro, but your man been sitting around, laying around on his ass. He ain't been doing nothing. Joe Joyce is saying basically, look, my last training camp was a joke. This next training camp that I'm preparing for, Daniel Dubois, which is October the 24th. Well, guess what? I'm going to go back with Silas, and we're going to come up with a surefire game plan, and we're going to do a serious training camp. That's according to Joe Joyce. He's saying that he took this last training camp, like whatever, just enough to get up for the fight. But the next training camp against Daniel Dubois, he said he's taking extremely serious, and he needs every single day. We'll see, man. I see they had Daniel Dubois on, after the fight was over, and they interviewed him and Daniel Dubois. And when it comes to personality between these two, I'm gonna say this: it's more entertaining watching a dandelion grow, watching these two dudes talk, bro. Like, both of these dudes' personalities are Canada dry, bro. Like, both of these dudes' I almost could have took a match and struck it on my TV screen and lit the bitch because it was so damn dry. You know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to personality between these two, there's none there. You dig? Frank Warren, anybody else who promoting this whole situation, they got to sell this fight because these two right here, they not the best showman when it comes to trash talk. You know what I'm saying? All day. Now, according to David Hay, he says, and I quote, maybe I know that Silas is coming back, and that's the coach, into camp for this fight between Joe Joyce and Dubois. And he's not been able to be involved because COVID has kept him in Las Vegas. So that's what I'm saying. Joe Joyce is waiting for the travel restrictions to lift up so he can link back up with this old coach, Silas. But he once left Silas for Abel Sanchez and Adam Booth. Now he's back with Silas. Well, we'll see. He goes and says if he can get into the second half of the fight, then he can start pressing, or he may just walk him down like that. You never know. But it would be a very, very risky strategy against a young man. Wow. So David Hay feels like if Joe Joyce is going to try to walk down Daniel Dubois in the later rounds, he don't think that's a good strategy. He feels as though Daniel Dubois is too young, has too good of legs to try to fight him going down the stretch. And Joe Joyce won't benefit from that. He think that when Joe Joyce tries to put it on Daniel Dubois in the second half, well, you won't get a depleted Daniel Dubois. I don't know, David. I don't know. I can't back that one 100% because Daniel Dubois is a big boy too. And he got a lot of muscles. And that muscle sucks up a lot of oxygen. So down the stretch, and Joe Joyce's work rate is usually pretty damn high. We don't know how Daniel Dubois is going to respond to that workload going down the stretch. I mean, he a big dude too. And he got to keep Joe Joyce off him. Unlike a lot of the guys that Daniel Dubois had to face, Joe Joyce is going to be on top of Dubois. Like, he's not going to be trying to let Dubois get that proper spacing to get full extension. Fuck no. That's not how Joe Joyce fights. Joe Joyce, once I say he leads off with that 1-2 or that big right hand, he's on top of you from then on out. So Daniel Dubois going down the stretch with Joe Joyce constantly 1-2 on him, tying him up, hitting him on the inside for 3, 4, maybe 5 rounds. What does that do going down the stretch, fight fans? So David, hey, I hear what he's saying. I'm just not all the way on board because I don't know how Daniel Dubois will look going down the stretch. And I think that's a 50-50 question. They're both big, strong men. Muscles eat up a lot of oxygen, fight fans. A lot of oxygen. Okay, let's see what he goes on to say. He goes on to say, let me give another good quote that he pulled up. Let's see. Now, he's talking about Daniel Dubois taking a risky fight. Now, we know that Daniel Dubois is going to take an interim fight, from what I understand, at the end of this month against a guy named Eric Pfeiffer. Never heard of him. And, they were asking him, was it risky for Dubois to take this fight in the meantime, between time? And he goes on and says, it's something that rarely happens. And we're so unfortunate that it does. Let's just hope Dubois gets through his next fight. Eric Pfeiffer is a handful, and he's got speed and power. So I will do my homework on Eric Pfeiffer. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that Frank Warren would put a level of opposition in front of Daniel Dubois that's going to stop him. That's going to stop the situation. So I don't know. I could be tripping. We got a super chat. Much love to Tyrese Bowie, man. Much love to you, family. Roma is Pac versus Bud is announced next month. Hey, fam, if that happens, fam, you said it first. That will be lit. I will keep my eyes on that situation. Remember how that went down, Mo? Like, the only reason that fight was taken off the table is because the funding was taken off the table, which means that if they find the funding, you find the fight. I don't think the fight, like far as doing business together, they would have done business. The guy who was going to pay for it in the Middle East, well, let's just say certain things had happened and the Middle East got exposed. You know what I mean? So they need to find someone else to fund it. If they're going to find someone to give Pacquiao $20 million, fight on. I'll keep my eyes out for that, fam. Thanks for the heads up on that. Much love to you. You know what I'm saying? Much love to you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smooth Will says, who do you believe would win if they fought today, Joyce or F.A. Ajagba? Ooh. That is a good one, fam. I think F.A. still green, bro. I think F.A. still green. We got so much to learn about F.A. I need to see F.A. pushed. I haven't seen him pushed yet. When he got dropped by that unknown guy, bro, I don't know. Right now, I got to lean towards Joyce as the Olympian because I think F.A. still learning on the job. But you give it another year, and F.A. going to be a problem, bro. He's going to be a serious problem. Some people are great at the gym and not so great under the lights, says DGO. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, I've heard a lot of stories about Joe Joyce in the gym. I say Joe Joyce in the gym. I've heard Shannon Briggs was talking about it one day. He was like, man, Joe Joyce is a different animal and he's a different freak inside the gym. And people don't know that Joe Joyce is this and Joe Joyce is that. I've heard that. I've heard that about fighters like him. I've heard that about Demetrius Andrade, that they are gym legends. You know what I mean? Like a lot of things that go on that we don't see. These dudes are putting in major work behind the scenes and knocking people out and sparring and everything else. Yeah, that would shut a lot of mouths, says DGO. All day, man. But I don't know, man. This is something, man. This is going to be something. So he says that David Hayes says, and I quote, when you're going into a fight against someone so dangerous as Joyce, to put yourself in another tough fight prior to that show, that shows me his supreme confidence. So Yeah, Daniel Dubois better watch that, bro. That's really, really close. They talking about fighting what, July or August, July, putting Daniel Dubois in an interim fight sometime at the end of this month and putting him right back in there against Joyce in October. I guess they don't want him to sit around and get rusty, man. Injuries, bro. This is the heavyweight division, man. I mean, that's risky, bro. I mean, for a fight to be of this magnitude, be right around the corner in October, what do y'all think? Do y'all think that this is too close for Daniel Dubois? Should he risk it? I mean, even if he's going to walk through the dude, should he do some sort of training camp, beat this guy to get right back into training camp and do it all over again? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Y'all think that's smart? Is that a smart move? I mean, Joe Joyce did it, right? But Joe Joyce had to get in there and fight. I mean, the dude is sitting around at 270 pounds, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So he had to fight. As for Daniel Dubois, you think he should come back? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I'm just gonna say this, fight fans. Joe Joyce is my guy. I like him. I think he is who he is. I think he has something about him that could be special. We'll learn in the Dubois fight, maybe if I'm right or wrong, but there's something about him that I can't say how he's going to win. I think he'll outlast Daniel Dubois maybe down the stretch, but there's something about him, fam. His fighting style, there's something about him. And I'm giving him the nod to get past Daniel Dubois. I'm giving him the nod. I know UK, I know y'all love Daniel Dubois out there. He's the young up-and-coming future. I get it. And I know y'all believe in him. And I could be wrong here because I've always went against Joe Joyce. I have. But I've just been looking at a lot of his fights. I looked at a lot of his Olympic run, and it's that thing you can't train, bro. Like even Jarrell Big Baby Miller, like regardless of him being a steroid junkie and all that stuff, his style was so scary for people because of how he fought. It was not a pretty style. And it was very unorthodox, but he would get up on you and hit you with these little punches constantly, weighing you down. You can't even really get no space. You can't even really keep him off you and get that full extension. You know what I mean? Because he's always on you and he's always smothering you with all of these dumbass punches. And it works. A lot of fighters, they get in there when fatigue starts setting in and you got this guy fighting you in that manner. You got to keep pushing him off you, keep getting him off you, keep wrestling. Well, around 6 or 7 or 8. You a different fighter. And that's just to me what I think Joe Joyce brings. And I could be wrong. Only time will tell. You know what I'm saying? Only time will tell. All right, I'm about to get up out of here, man. Don't do the dandelions like that, says Alec. Yo, man, that's how it would have been watching Luis Ortiz and Joe Joyce, man. Bro, that would have been like, shorty. What a boring fight. Luis Ortiz waiting for Joe Joyce to swing so he can counter. Both men just kind of like plodding around the ring, two big-ass heavyweights, bro. Bad matchup of styles. And we were calling for it when Joe Joyce said that he was down to face Luis Ortiz, but I'm actually glad it ain't happened, bro. I mean, regardless of Luis Ortiz losing out on a big fight, I'm just still glad it ain't happened because that shit would have been super boring. You know what I'm saying? That jump would have been super boring. That's why boxing is a great sport, says Smooth Will, all day. Because styles, I repeat, styles make fights. That's how it is. That's why I love the sport of boxing. So we'll see, man. As we do future videos on this fight, just know, going forward, fight fans, as of today, I'm rocking with Joe Joyce. Y'all may say, man, that is a bad choice. Let's see if my gamble plays out. But I just think that there's something. I think it's going to be a fight of attrition. A big right hand going to land on the stretch, and it's going to put Daniel Dubois on his ass, and he ain't going to be able to get up. That big frame, he going to be laying there like, what the hell? What if I got hit with? He going to be, by the time he feel like he even came to, the ref going to be already counted to 10 and some more shit. Half of the people going to be leaving the arena. You know what I mean? Salute to the fam, man. We'll see, man. Thumbs up on the way out if you didn't hit it on the way in. We're going to be doing We Talking Boxing soon, fam. We're going to be doing We Talking Boxing. When I get back on the mic, man, I'm going to go hard, champ. We're going to be breaking this boxing down, exciting topics, the whole 9. Just keep rocking with the homie. Salute to the UK brethren all day. To the next one. Much love to you all. Go check me out at Mainman Mademan's Boxing Forum on Facebook. Stormy B-Man in the building. What's up, family? What's up with you, man? Salute to you too, man. Go check out my brother Stormy B-Man all day. And I catch y'all on the way out, man. To the next one. Peace out.